केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Hello everyone, good evening and a very warm welcome. You're watching the Newshour special edition this Sunday. Now ladies and gentlemen, what started off as protests demanding the then Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has now sparked a conversation about the growing role of Gen Z and their importance in Indian politics. And naturally, where students are involved, the politicians are set to follow. After all, vote ka mamla hai. Over the last few weeks, we've seen how the government has made attempts to connect with the youth, with the Prime Minister himself taking to Instagram to engage with Gen Z. Rahul Gandhi is busy with his own Chhatra Ki Gunj, engaging with students across the country. And just earlier this week, even the RSS had its first ever major interaction event with Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Today, for the first time since the protest led by the Gen Z community, the former Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has broken his silence. While he went on to say that the Gen Z are also our children, he also made another interesting comment. He's saying that attempts were made to mislead Gen Z, but he never had any personal issues with them. Listen in. Interesting to see then that Hemant Soren, Jharkhand's Chief Minister, is saying pretty much the same this evening. But before I get to that, you have the Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal. Now, while the party's senior leaders did visit Jantar Mantar, a video now shared by the BJP is doing the rounds where Arvind Kejriwal is heard saying the real agenda for the protests wasn't just Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation, but the real agenda was this, in his own words.
इस बार जितने लोग आए थे सड़कों के ऊपर, वो किस आए थे? वो केवल, मुझे नहीं लगता, धर्मेंद्र प्रधान का इस्तीफा मांगने आए थे। तो मतलब अगर मैं क्रूड भाषा में बोलूं तो मोदी जी को ठोकना आए थे।
Meanwhile, what we are witnessing in Jharkhand today is pretty much a rerun of protests in Jantar Mantar. 6 protesters are on hunger strike for the 8th straight day. While the government has engaged with the protesters, deadlock still persists. Today, there were 5-hour talks between the government and the protesting students, but it ended in a deadlock. Now, the stalemate persists over 2 demands. One is of the CBI investigation. It has been a long-standing demand of the students. And the second is the cancellation of the JSCC-CG examination. Now, the government says it lacks the authority to cancel this exam. While protests rage on in Jharkhand, the BJP has now latched on to one video, this video on your screens, that has been released by the party's Jharkhand unit. Now, this appears to be showing a security officer carrying pellet guns. The BJP is questioning the silence of the Congress party, the same party that demanded a statement from the Home Minister in Parliament over the use of pellet guns in the national capital. However, the state government in Jharkhand has flatly denied the BJP's pellet gun charge. Interestingly, of course, Rahul Gandhi is yet to visit Ranchi, even as he continues to raise issues related to students in his Chhatra Ki Gunj campaign. So far, Rahul has spoken to the protesters on call, but is yet to pay them a visit. Again, these are protests led by Gen Z, which is why all sides appear to be fighting for a piece of this pie. While Gen Z has become the talk of town, Jharkhand's Chief Minister is cautioning that they should not get misled by political parties and agendas, pretty much echoing what Dharmendra Pradhan said.
इस विषय को कोई राजनीतिक चश्मे से देखने की आवश्यकता नहीं। कुछ लोग राजनीतिक महत्वाकांक्षी बड़े पैमाने में पालते हैं और यही महत्वाकांक्षी राजनीतिक दलों के लिए एक रास्ता बनता है जहां युवा पीढ़ी को दिग्भ्रमित करने का।
Ladies and gentlemen, Gen Z is projected to become the biggest voting bloc by 2029. It was a Gen Z-led protest that led to the resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan and a student-led protest that is now seeking action on the ground in Ranchi. This was meant to be a movement that not only sought a complete revamp of the education system, but also one that drew attention to the need of Gen Z. Are the politicians now finally able to connect and understand Gen Z, or are they only trying to ride on the Gen Z wave for political mileage? My guest this evening, RP Singh of the BJP. Thank you very much for joining us. Shreya NC, Shiv Sena National Secretary, Dr. Nishant Anand, Congress National Spokesperson, Anmol Panwar, Aam Aadmi Party National Spokesperson, and Pooja Mishra, a spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. The Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, ladies and gentlemen, is not represented on this panel simply because they refuse to come. They have been sent multiple texts by our team, multiple calls have been made, but the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, where the story today is anchored, simply refused to be part of the show. And therefore, it is on the Congress spokesperson to answer the tough questions this evening. Dr. Nishant Anand, Congress National Spokesperson, I want to read out something that Jharkhand's Chief Minister today has tweeted. He says, I'm reading this in Hindi because it was written in Hindi on X, 25 वर्ष का झारखंड आज अपने पैरों पर खड़े होने की कोशिश कर रहा है। वर्षों तक इस राज्य को एक चारागाह की तरह देखा गया। आज जब झारखंड में ताकत और संभावना दिखाई दे रही है, तो कई लोगों को ये पच नहीं रहा। He goes on to say something very interesting after that. He says, कभी चेहरा छुपाकर, कभी चेहरा बदलकर और कभी पर्दे के पीछे से गलत संदेश देकर युवाओं को भ्रमित करने का प्रयास किया जाता है। Please help me understand why Jharkhand's Chief Minister is speaking like Dharmendra Pradhan. Dharmendra Pradhan believed that a Gen Z that forced his resignation was being misled by the opposition. Today, your own Chief Minister, and you're in alliance with him in Jharkhand, is saying pretty much the same thing.
Good evening to all. See, first of all, in Jharkhand, Hemant Soren government officials has already met the students 4 times. Today, 3 JPSC members have resigned 8 o'clock tonight. Rahul ji has clearly stated 3 days back that we've been talking to the students and we will make sure the solution is there. We need to understand 3 things here. Number 1, from the last 7 days, the Congress party and Hemant Soren government is in touch with the protesting people. They've been meeting them. See, we are not here going to do the same thing which happened under BJP government. We are not going to allow कि चद्दर में लपेट को किसी को उठाया नहीं जाएगा. We will make sure there is no lathi charge. We will make sure there are no pellet guns being fired. We cannot compare a protest which happened all India where 152 paper leaks, 93 deaths which has happened under the BJP government. मोदी जी का डंका बज रहा है. देश में पहले विदेश में बज रहा था, अब देश में बज रहा है. देखिए 94,000 schools are shut down. 152 paper leaks have gone unchecked in the last 12 years. There is a very famous saying, you can fool all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Modi ji's guarantees have no warranty. Till today we have been asking, the opposition, the nation, the parents of the children been asking, who ordered this lathi charge? This boy, if you can see, has been shot with pellet guns. He has lost his left eye. He is still in the ICU. This boy got injured. A AK-47 gunshot was done on his right shoulder. So we are still waiting for Amit Shah to come to the parliament.
Dr. Anand, it is very easy for the Congress party to seek accountability. 1 minute. It is very easy for the Congress party to seek accountability from Amit Shah, as they should. Pellet guns have been fired. That is something that doctors at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences have confirmed. So that accountability needs to be sought, 100% definitely. But what about accountability from Jharkhand's Chief Minister? Can I ask you whether this is the first paper leak that Jharkhand students are talking about? They are protesting against 7 such leaks in public service examinations. What are they asking for? They are saying we need a CBI inquiry.
See, I will.
Hannah, what is a CBI inquiry? That's fixing accountability. That the state CID will not do a Kanapurti type probe and let everyone go scot-free. They are asking for a CBI probe, just like the Jantar Mantar protesters had asked for Dharmendra Pradhan resignation. What is the problem with the CBI probe? Accountability, अगर आप अमित शाह से मांग रहे हैं, accountability आप हेमंत सोरेन से भी मांगिए ना.
Shreya, we are giving, the Congress party has taken the accountability and responsibility. Number 1, we have been in touch with the protesters. As I said,
the BJP also says we were in touch. No, even the BJP says we were in touch with Jantar Mantar protesters.
We are, see, See, Modi ji hasn't answered. He's not coming to the parliament. You can see it here, Amit Shah. He comes to the parliament, sits in his office and has samosa, but he doesn't come to the office and answer the opposition and the nation. Have you asked them? Have you asked them what about the 22 deaths? What about the pellet gun and the tear gas which have been shot on the protesting people? The Congress party is not running away. हम देहरादून भी गए, हम कोटा भी गए, हम प्रयागराज भी गए.
अब आप रांची भी चले जाइए.
Raising the issue from the last 10 years, from 2000.
डॉक्टर आनंद रांची भी चले जाइए.
बिल्कुल. देखिए, हम किसी को चादर में लपेट के प्रोटेस्ट से नहीं उठाएंगे. हम किसी पे लाठी चार्ज या पैलेट गन्स नहीं चलाएंगे. आखिरी बात, राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस पार्टी छुप के नहीं बैठेगी. Modi ji can come on Twitter and say that I am forgiving the protesters. I am forgiving the youth. What about the people who are asking for forgiveness and apology from Prime Minister Modi?
RP Singh ji, come in here. RP Singh ji, come in here. RP Singh ji, come in here. Essentially what Dr. Nishant Anand is saying, that the government in the center was so ghamandi that they decided not to speak to the students to begin with. They underestimated these students. Then there was a lathi charge, everything that followed. That is not the model we are following in Jharkhand. We are in constant touch with these students who have been on protest now at least for the last 2 weeks. Today we were in touch with them. Today we had a 5.5-hour meeting as well. And yes, there was a deadlock, but at least we continue to talk, we continue to engage, and we are accepting most of their demands except a CBI probe.
But why not CBI probe? And you're talking about, he was talking about that there is no paper leak and all paper leak. I'm just saying what Priyanka Wadra has to say about the paper leaks in Rajasthan.
राजस्थान में भी पेपर लीक हुए थे और ये एक बड़ी समस्या पूरे देश में है, सिर्फ एक प्रदेश की समस्या नहीं.
वो कहते हैं हम क्या करें अगर हो रहे पेपर लीक एक प्रदेश की समस्या थोड़ी है, पूरे देश की समस्या है. But that's what he's saying. And also not only that, let me show you playing another video, Mr. Ashok Gehlot. He's saying सबके सब लड़के पेपर लीक करते हैं.
सरकार को सोचने की नौबत क्यों आई है कि बच्चे जो हैं वो गैंग बना करके पेपर आउट करने की
बच्चे गैंग बनाकर पेपर लीक करते हैं. And why is Mr. Rahul Gandhi not asking resignation of Mr. Hemant Soren? And he was saying that we have not done lathi charge. Sir, दिल्ली में जंतर मंतर पर अमृतसर के कमिश्नर ने बताया कि यहाँ पर आतंकवादी भेजे गए थे. यहाँ पर
आरपी सिंह जी आप अब क्या बोल रहे हैं आरपी सिंह जी इस शो पे?
So you are calling the youth of India.
I'm not saying so.
Of India.
Arvind Kejriwal, what are you saying?
The mentality of BJP.
Are you saying?
Mindset of
Are you saying? Are you saying the government of India? एक मिनट. Dr. Anand, एक मिनट. RP Singh ji, are you saying that the government of India gave in to pressure from terrorists? And sought the resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan?
No, please hear me out. एक मिनट. मैंने कहा, I said कि there was already a plan which was there of attacking the parliament. It's not me who said. It's the commissioner of the police saying so. That he caught some certain ISI agents who were hired by ISI to attack the parliament.
What does this have to do with Jantar Mantar protest and protesters?
I couldn't get what you said.
I'm saying, what does that have to do with the Jantar Mantar protesters?
That's the reason. No. This shows what is the difference between the two. There were 2,873 people who are not the students. They were the people who are rapists, who are murderers, who are part of the protest. They have been already identified. Cases have been put against those individuals also. What I'm saying is, एक मिनट Shreya. There's a difference between what is happening in Jantar Mantar and what is happening in Jharkhand. Jharkhand is a purely 100% Khati Gandhiwadi system. They are not allowing any political parties to even enter their platforms. Here it's all political. Again, but when will they make Hemant Soren resign?
Very convenient. What is happening in Jharkhand is not political, but what happened in Jantar Mantar was political and an ISI dot. Very convenient.
मैं एक मिनट रुकिएगा। अपनी कैदी बात तो मुझे एक मिनट आपको दिखाना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि देयर आर और प्रूफ एंड टुडे इन दिस वर्ल्ड
सारे पत्थर ढूंढ के यहाँ पर ले आए और कुछ ये ले आए और इनका मोदी जी खुद आप लोग खुल के क्यों नहीं बोलते?
वो सौरभ भारद्वाज ओपनली कह रहे हैं कि हम सारे पत्थर ढूंढ कर यहाँ पे हमने कांड कर दिए और मोदी जी इनका कुछ नहीं कर सकते। This is what is happening. Under the name of the
Mr. Panwar, just come in here, respond to the allegations, and also please respond to what Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has said, that this Gen Z protest in Jantar Mantar was Prime Minister को ठोकने के लिए, धर्मेंद्र प्रधान को resignation देने के लिए. Who uses language like this?
Good evening, Shreya ji. Shreya ji, the Honorable Supreme Court during a hearing very categorically said that the protest which took place at Jantar Mantar was peaceful and within the constitutional rights of the ones who were protesting there. Secondly, from day one we have been witnessing that how BJP tried to crush this movement. They tried to suppress the voice of the peacefully protesting students who were there for the last 30 days. But the Gen Z is not scared of them. And as far as what Kejriwal ji said is absolutely right. People of this country, students of this country are fed up with Modi ji. A wave of protest have hit UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, MP, Maharashtra and Jharkhand after this Jharkhand protest. Recently, if you have read, in Fatehpur, UP, 1,500 students sat on a hunger strike demanding for better desk, fan and clean drinking water. In Gaya, Bihar, in Jalore, Rajasthan, in Badmer, across MP, Maharashtra, students are coming on their own. They are demanding for accountability. The government schools are in such a bad condition, in such pathetic condition. Even the Ministry of Education report states that daily 13 government schools are shutting down. So the kind of situation which this BJP government has created, they have destroyed the future of youth of this country.
Great. What about Jharkhand? I agree with you that the entire examination system is rotten. It needs an overhaul. But what about Jharkhand? The students there are sitting not because there was one garbad in one exam.
I agree.
They are saying for the last 20 years, this is what we have been faced with. There is so much corruption. There is so much corruption that the Jharkhand public service examination in the last 20 years has happened only 13 times. Because every time it gets plagued by one controversy or the other and reaches the court.
Government must
These people in Jharkhand, in Ranchi, are angry and upset for a reason.
I agree with you, Shreya ji. Government must address their concerns. Everyone must support their demands. Their demands are reasonable. Paper leaks must stop. हम उनके साथ खड़े हैं, उसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है. बच्चा झारखंड का हो, मध्य प्रदेश का हो, उत्तर प्रदेश का हो. But you know what's the problem? This BJP and this entire BJP ecosystem, they are rattled because Dharmendra Pradhan was forced to resign by the Gen Z of this country. That is why instead of addressing the real concerns of the students, whether it's Uttar Pradesh, where
by that logic, even Hemant Soren is rattled because reports are coming in that students are being stopped from coming to Ranchi for tomorrow's protest. Right? Tomorrow there is a big protest, an assembly gherao protest, which will now take place, and the pictures will be visually embarrassing for the Hemant Soren government, which is why students are being stopped. Shaina, would you want to come in here?
Yeah. Shreya, I think there are 2 points we need to understand. One is that Dharmendra Pradhan showed the courage of conviction and resigned and took accountability and onus. Now, once you have a paper leak, whether it's NEET, JEE or the SSC, all of which the lacunas in the system, the government has addressed it bang on. The Prime Minister has taken it head on. The dialogue that has coexisted with Gen Z, understanding that every year you have 2 crore children who are born in this country. In the past 10 years, you have 20 crores. This is not just a vote bank. and this is our future, our present, and with the youth there have been dialogue and discussion on all their demands, as has been with the people agitating. And we have not chosen to view it as an agitation, we have chosen to use it as a dialogue. However, if there are certain segments that have tried to destabilize sections of the agitation, that too must be brought to light, Shreya. What you're seeing in Jharkhand is totally different. It is gross corruption. And there you have Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who should really leave the position of leader of opposition, because he has only played a leader of propaganda. All he does is this nautanki and this drama all across the states, and tries to suggest as if he is the messiah of the students. You are not. Come up with concrete solutions, come up with suggestions, and think of what the way forward is. If you genuinely want to make sure that you stand for the Gen Z and the youth of this country and the Gen Alpha, then it starts with not possible drama. It starts with a vision.
RP Singh ji, एक minute. China, are you telling me that Dharmendra Pradhan's problem was incompetence and the problem in Jharkhand and Hemant Soren is corruption? Both are equally bad. And therefore accountability needs to be sought from both. Dharmendra Pradhan till today maintains that Gen Z was misled. Till today he maintains that Gen Z was misled. He didn't resign out of his own accord. He was forced. He was pushed to resign. There was no option.
Shreya, there is accountability, and that's why you saw such proactive steps. If there was no accountability, you would not have seen it.
No, we also saw pellet guns being used. We also saw lathi charge.
Why is the Congress party also not equally accountable? Tell me, why aren't they responding? Look, the honourable courts and the honourable Prime Minister have said there is no question of any action against any student. We are here to echo their voice and to work in tandem.
Pooja Mishra, you are the Samajwadi Party spokesperson on the show representing the opposition. You know, the logic being given by the Congress party today is that unlike in Jantar Mantar, at least the Hemant Soren government in Jharkhand is in a constant dialogue with students. And we haven't opened fire on them, we have not fired pellet guns on them, we have not done lathi charge on them. We are letting them demonstrate while we continue to talk to them. So we are different from essentially the BJP and how the BJP handled the Jantar Mantar protest.
Now in every protest you will see how responsible people react to different. What happened in Jantar Mantar, before me, the Shiv Sena spokesperson said that Pradhan Mantri was head on. And the education minister so laughing stock, like education minister called protesters as the B party of terrorists. She is saying that he was bang on. He took the accountability. No, he didn't took the accountability. He was forced to resign. He was mad to resign by the protesters. And in the case of Jharkhand, even talking about the Congress, I think NSUI students are there supporting the protesters, and the protesters there don't want political parties to involve, and that doesn't make any difference. Like whatever happened in Jantar Mantar, the protest was pure, and the same protest made by the students in Jharkhand, that protest is also pure. You can't just blame that when a political party is supporting a protest. We are also Indians. We are not outsiders. If you consider opposition as outsiders, then our help, supporting them might be wrong according to you. Then also, if a person is if a protest is for a cause, then anyone can support if a cause is right. And talking about the Jharkhand, we support the students no matter where the students are protesting. Okay. We want the government to go into the dialogue and agree with the reasonable demand that students are making. And in the case of Jharkhand, the students are asking
for... Is a CBI probe a reasonable demand? No, I want to ask you, let's be clear.
Yeah, I was going to that only. If they are asking for a CBI inquiry, that's reasonable.
Okay, so you are saying a CBI. One of the India Bloc partners is saying a CBI inquiry is perfectly reasonable. Can I ask you where the Congress party stands on this, Dr. Nishant Anand? Because if it stands with students and agrees with the fact that a CBI inquiry is a reasonable demand, why is it not happening? Why are you not putting pressure on the Hemant Soren government? Because reports are saying that Dharmendra Pradhan was forced to resign by the BJP because there's pressure on them by one of their own allies. So why can't the Congress be an ally that pressurizes the Hemant Soren government to go in for CBI inquiry?
See, BJP spokesperson called the protesters are terrorists. Shiv Sena spokesperson said the BJP government took a proactive step. The resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan, they are calling it as a proactive step. Let me remind them. There are 152 paper leaks. 5 education minister has been changed. 93 deaths have happened in the last 9 years. Now let me remind them. 106 people went to the ICU. 6 people are still in the ICU fighting for their life. Now my question here is, in the Jharkhand protest, we have the protest. Protest happens for conversation, for samvad. Daman ke liye nahi hota. We are speaking to the protesters. We will make sure that justice is given. We are not running behind. Let me complete. RP Singh ji sunenge to aap jawab denge. Kahani nahi karni har baat pe. Now, tell me one thing. When did Dharmendra Pradhan resign? When the 100 youth students were in the hospital, when the lathi charge was done, the pellet gun was fired, the AK-47 was done, then they were forced to resign Dharmendra Pradhan. Now tell me one thing, NTA was formed by BJP. The members given to NTA was by BJP. The CBI did the probe in 2024, paper leak. What happened to Sanjay Mukhya? He got out. So the main accused got caught by CBI in 2024 paper leak. He's out there. Now Modi ji has given the forgiveness to the youth for abusing them. Let me ask them, what about the apology to the parents who have lost their child? What about the 93 deaths? 152 paper leaks. They have not taken a single step. Now let me ask you, from the last 21 days, the opposition is asking this Home Minister Amit Shah that where are you? Please come to the parliament and explain why did you order a pellet gun and AK-47. Now let me ask RP Singh, if Home Minister orders...
Rahul Gandhi is also saying it is 13 days. 8 minutes. Rahul Gandhi, 8 minutes, Shantanand. Rahul Gandhi is also saying it has been 13 days that the Home Minister has not responded. But let's call out the hypocrisy. It was only after 13 days that Rahul Gandhi picked up the phone to speak to protesters in Jharkhand. तो आप लोगों को दिल्ली की प्रोटेस्ट दिख रही थी, लेकिन झारखंड की प्रोटेस्ट नहीं दिख रही थी because it was politically inconvenient, ना?
Shreya ji, first of all, that today Gen Z and Gen Alpha is saying one thing to BJP and Modi government. The difference between Modi ji words and actions is wider than the Indian Ocean. Please try to understand. The Modi government spoke to the youth when the lathi charge and the opposition came on the road. The question was asked, 1 lakh people were fighting for their rights. The Congress government, Hemant Soren government has been having a conversation with the youth and the protesters. The inquiry has been done. Resignation has happened. Nobody has got lathi charge. They're getting the
resignation of the 3 Jharkhand. The resignation of the 3.
We are not running behind.
Jharkhand public service members has happened only under pressure, number 1, and number 2 only because they have been summoned by the CID. तो कोई moral grounds पे resignation नहीं हुआ है.
But where is Prime Minister
Just
Modi?
like moral grounds पे Dharmendra Pradhan resignation नहीं हुआ है.
Modi and Amit Shah hiding behind the curtains. Where are they hiding?
Okay.
But why are they hiding? The Prime Minister of India and the Home Minister of India is hiding. Why? What are they afraid of? If they have done a mistake, be a man, come in front and tell the nation that the mistake has happened.
But by asking Dharmendra Pradhan to resign, they've accepted now that they made a mistake. RP Singh ji, I'll let you respond to that and we'll wrap the show.
Ma'am, resignation is not the answer. The resignation is not the answer for the 92 students who have done a suicide. The resignation is not the answer for the children who have got...
डॉक्टर आनंद, अब ये आरपी सिंह की वीडियोस दिखाते हैं विदाउट कॉन्टेक्स्ट. आरपी सिंह जी, अब ये क्या वीडियो था और क्या कॉन्टेक्स्ट है ऐसा?
सिंधिया साहब ने कहा हमने बर्बरता की 2012 में, क्योंकि वो राष्ट्रपति भवन घुस सकते थे. सिंधिया साहब ने कहा अपने प्रेस मीडिया इंटरेक्शन में कहा, वो मैं वीडियो था, वो कह रहे हमने करी क्योंकि नहीं तो राष्ट्रपति भवन के अंदर घुस जाते.
तो उन्होंने गलत किया तो आप भी करेंगे? वो कुएं में कूदे तो आप कूदेंगे. There is a reason now why this country chose the BJP, not the Congress.
एक भी रुकिए ना. अगर पार्लियामेंट के ऊपर अटैक हो गया होता, someone would attack parliament.
94,000 schools has been closed.
These kids would have attacked parliament. And now you make up your mind. Prime Minister of this country is making every effort to reach out to Gen Z, and you're saying that some in this group in Jantar Mantar could have attacked parliament. Make up your mind, Mr. R.P. Singh, on where the BJP stands on Gen Z and the protests.
I'm sorry, you're not done your search well. It is the Commissioner of the Amritsar Police who caught the people who were prepared to throw the bombs in the Parliament. And at the Jantar Mantar side, it's not me saying. It's the Commissioner of Police of Amritsar who has been transferred. See, this is not a bad habit.
Okay, now I'm going over. Let Mr. R.P. Singh explain himself, because I don't want anyone going away from this show saying I misrepresented what they said. Mr. R.P. Singh, in 20 seconds, please complete your point.
What I'm saying is that there was a fair chance of people who were not part of the protest, hijacking protest. They hijacked the protest also. There were almost 28 or 73 murderers, people who had the track record of the in the police. They were part of the agitation, who were the part of the stone pellet, and who were doing whatever mischief they were trying to do. But again, there was a fair chance that Parliament could have been attacked by the terrorists. Of me saying is the Commissioner of the Punjab and Amritsar saying so. So it was, the situation is different in in Delhi, and different in Jharkhand. Jharkhand is a purely Gandhiwadi protest. They're not allowing anyone to enter their state. They're not allowing any student organization to hijack their show. So there's a difference. But when will Mr. Rahul Gandhi seek resignation of Mr. Hemant Soren? He, under his regime, the seats are being sold for 1 crore rupees each.
Okay, we leave it there. I think we've heard from all sides. Our viewers know what they want to think. They've heard from all of you. They have all points of views. They can make up their own mind. We'll leave it there for the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.